Hey y'all, it's Steffi and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do kind of a different video and I want to give y'all a little bit of backstory before I start getting into it, just so you know where I'm coming from. Obviously, y'all know I work in the accounting industry, and my channel is more to give y'all a real life perspective from someone who's not trying to sell you on a particular company or career path in accounting. I'm just here to give y'all my perspective, and sometimes it may not be the answer that you want. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to be your sister. I'm here to help give you a different perspective. But of course, these are just my own opinions and thoughts. Everyone is going to have different opinions and different perspectives on something, so keep that in mind whenever you watch any of my videos. And I know a lot of my content is encouraging and trying to be more helpful and everything, and I'm still coming from that place. Please know that that is my intention right now in filming this video. One of y'all actually sent me a video, which I will link in the cards, about someone who said why they left accounting and started a completely different career path. I really like her content. She gives a lot of advice about interviewing, finding your dream career, your dream job, or just a job in general. So I really enjoy her content, and I think that everything happens for a reason, and I think that was her calling. The video that she did was just giving her insight on why she left accounting, and I think it's a good video to listen to, so definitely check it out. But basically, one of y'all were worried about the content of that, like, should I be going into accounting? You know, why does someone leave accounting? That kind of thing. And I get a lot of comments about, don't do accounting because of blank reason, after that very long intro and background. So today I wanted to give you 5 reasons why you should not be in accounting. These are just my opinions and from my perspective. Take it with a grain of salt and make that determination on your own. Please realize that just because one of these reasons may fit your viewpoint or your mindset right now, it doesn't mean that it's completely not for you. I have a lot of content about what accounting is all about, what my jobs entail, but these are kind of more of the basic reasons why I think you may not end up liking accounting, and the ones that I think are very super important, I will tell y'all here shortly. So let's go ahead and get started. So reason number 1, which I think is one of the most important reasons for not going into accounting, is if you don't like math or dealing with numbers. Accounting is definitely very numbers focused. You're gonna have to use some basic math skills, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, and sometimes it can become a lot more complex. If you dislike math, if you dislike working with numbers, if that's not interesting to you, then accounting is probably not for you. Reason number 2 you may not like accounting is if you're a person who doesn't like routine. In accounting, there are many different jobs that you can have, different avenues that you can take in accounting. It doesn't all have to be just crunching numbers and putting, numbers into your accounting system. It's not always like that. There are jobs like that that are very routine, inputting, business transactions into your accounting system. You're running reports, you're performing reconciliations to see if what's inside your financial system agrees back to the actual transactions that went through. So there are jobs like that that are very, very routine. Now for me, I have a public accounting background and I am now in internal audit. There are some differences in what I do on a day-to-day basis, but at its core, it is very routine. You learn specific accounting rules and accounting treatments for certain business transactions, and that's just how it is until the literature changes. If you are coming at it with that mindset, then it can be very routine. For example, when you're auditing cash for one company, it's going to be the same way you audit cash for 10 other companies. There are going to be different nuances. There might be some different complexities that run into each company just depending on what they're doing, but at its core, it's going to be very much the same kind of procedures and analysis, that kind of thing. Even though it's very routine, in my mind, it's still really interesting. It's something for you to look back on, to get your bearings on. At least I have some kind of foundation when I'm working on something that maybe is more complex or has a lot of moving parts. Reason number 3 you shouldn't go into accounting is if you do not like working on a computer or a laptop. a lot of the time. So accounting is very much IT dependent. We are always either on our computers or on our laptops, so we're working in Excel. So if that's something you don't like to do, or if you have no interest in, which I think would be really hard for people since we're all plugged in some way for the most part, especially if you're watching this YouTube video, you probably have some kind of electronics and whatnot. But if you do not want to work on or use that every single day, then accounting probably won't be for you. Also, if you don't like sitting at a desk all day or a majority of the day, accounting may not be for you either. You might be on your feet every now and then, you know, going and talking to people, going to meetings and whatnot, but a majority of the time you're gonna be at a desk, whether it's a conference table or if it's a cubicle or an office or something like that, you're gonna be sitting down quite a bit, unless they're standing desks, in which case you can stand if you want to. My company has standing desks, but when I was in public accounting, I was sitting down like all day long, unless I was going and talking to the client. The other industry jobs that I had, we didn't have standing desks either. So it's really just gonna depend, but if you don't like to sit on your butt all day, you might wanna rethink going into accounting. Or just be super selective about what company you go to and check it out and see if they have standing desks or if you can bring your own. The fifth and final reason I wanted to share with y'all, which is also I think is the second most important thing if you're gonna take anything away from this video. If you are only going into accounting for the money, you should not be doing accounting because it's a stable job and it's good money coming right out of college, you know, making $50,000 or whatever right out of college. If that's your reason for going into accounting, or you have no interest in the actual subject matter, if you don't like math, if there's no other reason you're going into accounting other than for the money, stability, you should not go into accounting. I know I talk about this in my videos and I talk about what salary potential is, why you should get your CPA and all this other stuff, and that accounting is very, very stable for the most part. If you're going into something without any passion or interest, it's not gonna be worth it for you. I have a video saying why I chose accounting, and that was one of the reasons. That was one of the reasons why I took a basic accounting class. But if I had gone in there and I had been had zero interest in it, if I couldn't foresee like a happy future in this field, I wouldn't have pursued it. I would have gone and done something else. I would have gone and done event planning or something else that, you know, would have been fun. I would have, whatever, done anything else. I would have waited tables. I don't know. If I didn't have any true interest in it, I would not have pursued accounting. Especially in public accounting, I get these comments all the time in my videos. Oh, the money isn't worth it. You're working 60 to 70 hours a week and you're only making $50,000 to $60,000 a year. Of course, the money's not worth it at that point. Even if you were working that much and you were making $100,000 and you hated what you did, the money wouldn't be worth it. You would be so miserable inside. If you've listened to the other 4 reasons I've given you and you're like, yes, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that, and you've taken a basic accounting class and you don't like the subject at all, do not pursue accounting. It's not gonna be worth it. My videos are not to persuade you to go into this industry. It is simply to give you my perspective and to give you just a real life view of being an accounting professional. I also will say, this is more for public accounting people, and I'm not gonna go into a ton of detail, but if you want me to do another 5 reasons you shouldn't do public accounting, I can definitely do that. But with regard to the money and the time aspect, if you're going into public accounting thinking that you wanna make $100,000 in the next 3 years and you're in a low cost of living state like Texas, you're gonna be sorely disappointed. And a lot of the comments that I get, they see how many hours I was working, and then they look at the video that I posted about how much money you make when you first start out. And yes, of course, if you look at it in that view and if you have that mindset, it is not worth it at all. When you're in the middle of busy season and you're working 70 hours a week and you're like, I make $55,000 a year, and you do the hourly math, then yes, of course, you could go work at Target and work overtime and make the same amount of money. But if you're going into it with that mindset of the amount of hours I'm working needs to equal how much money I'm making when you are first starting off in your career, it's not gonna pan out for you. What you're doing when you first start into any job, any industry, is that you are learning, you are proving yourself, you're building your technical skills, your soft skills, you're making an investment for yourself for your future. You're building a foundation, you are starting out, you're trying to get as much knowledge as you possibly can. And yes, the hours and the pay may not equal each other, but I promise you, if you take it as an investment, learn as much as you can, soak up as much as you can, put yourself out there so that you make mistakes and you learn from your lessons. If you do that early on in your career, you will build a very good foundation for the future. And your salary that actually equals how much you work will pan out. It will pan out after you put in the effort and you invest in yourself as a professional. Anyways, I'm just gonna get off that because I could talk about that for a lot longer. But yes, mindset is everything in that regard. Anyways, I'm going off topic. So those are the 5 reasons why I think individually or together, a person should not pursue accounting. Hopefully, if you've been having doubts, maybe this will help you look into something else that you will truly be passionate about. If you've listened to this and you're like, oh, well, I like that. I like all these things. Hopefully it has reaffirmed your interest, and hopefully it has shown you that yes, you are pursuing something that is going to be a good career path for you. As always, I'm here for y'all. You need any friendly sisterly advice, shoot them to me over on Instagram or leave them in the comments below. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please give the video a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're not already a part of our subby family, don't forget to subscribe because we would love to have you. And I will talk to y'all in my next video. Yo, girl be sweating. The hard part about having long hair in Texas is that it acts like a blanket and then I just sweat all crazy. Ooh, Lord have mercy.